What's up, guys? Got another off-topic video for you today. Today we're going to be talking about Blizzard's Project Titan being completely canceled. This is not the first time I've made a video talking about this. I have another video a few years ago talking about the same thing, but the difference this time is that they are not starting over. The MMO project, their next-gen MMO, not a thing. They have no plans to start it up again. Just not a thing. So, this is bad news if you're an MMORPG fan. I am a fan of MMORPGs, and this genre is in trouble. It's in pretty deep trouble because a lot of game companies are they're looking at MMORPGs, seeing how jaded the player base is, and how much work, time investment, and money it takes to make one of these games. And then you see a game like Hearthstone, where it's just like this little card game that a relatively small development team made, and it's a giant success. Nowhere near the time, resources, and money that it took to make something like World of Warcraft or WildStar. And yeah, Blizzard's gone through so many iterations. I think Project Titan started in 2008, 2009, and or at least, no, we heard about it then. It probably started before then. I have no idea, but they've been working on this thing a long time, and no details of this game have been made publicly available. There was some leaks about the overall premise of Titan, saying it was about time travel, and basically you would go through an alternate history of the Earth, and you would travel between times. So you'd go through like one zone, it would be like 1492, and the next zone you'd go into would be 1776 or something like that. And it was based on something like that, and it was supposed to appeal to a much wider audience than WoW. But still, that concept, I don't know. It's one of those things. Nobody's seen it. Nobody even knows if that rumor was true. But too many iterations, man. When something is in development for that long, it's generally not good. And one of my biggest pet peeves about people critiquing games is when they say a game came out too early or that it was rushed. Rarely, in my opinion, is that the case. People always say that about MMOs. People would say WildStar is rushed, Guild Wars 2 is rushed, fucking, I don't know, Aeon, I haven't played Aeon, but the only MMO that I can say for a fact that definitely was rushed was probably SWTOR, just because it had some pretty ridiculous bugs and some oversights, just some features that came in a few months later that should have been in at launch. WildStar, for example, I don't think it's rushed. I mean, a PvP leaderboard would have been nice at the start, but other than that, like, you can't predict the future. You can't know that, oh, you know, this attunement thing is not good for the masses, or oh, this fucking, oh my god, medic discharge bug. Like, you can't predict the fucking future. But so yeah, and if you don't release the game on time, then your technology is just way far behind, and the initial ideas that you've developed on might not be the hip thing to do anymore. Like, if let's say like they delayed World of Warcraft for 5 fucking years, like they've done with Titan. Think about how much has changed in WoW in 5 years. Just the general player base, how it's become like more casual, which I'm not saying is bad. I'm just saying that the game, the players change, and when you keep iterating on ideas over and over and over again, your old ideas that you built the game on might not be relevant. So yeah, there's definitely downsides to waiting and just iterating on shit over and over again. And also, when you iterate on shit over and over again, you get nowhere. Look at Firefall. Firefall is a game that has like no content because they keep iterating on the same fucking bullshit. So they can't actually add anything new because they keep changing the crafting system and the gearing system and the same shit they just keep doing iterations on, when if they just said, this is what we're doing, they could have had more stuff. So Project Titan, it being canceled, probably not much of a loss. The game was probably just so fucked up beyond repair after 8 years of constant iteration after iteration after iteration. I'm sure some of the technology they developed behind the game will be used in future Blizzard games. These things normally aren't completely just thrown in the garbage, where I'm sure some of the assets of the game will be used in future games. Social features, stuff like that, I'm sure can be used, or at least the ideas of it can be used somewhere. So yeah, But I really am legitimately worried about the MMORPG market. A lot of developers are developing for mobile and just working on these little $10 games, free to play games, just little pickup games. And I'm hoping that the market becomes so saturated with that kind of shit that eventually it evens itself out. We'll see. I mean, there's more and more gamers every day. And it's just a risk-reward thing. If you develop a game like World of Warcraft, man, that's billions of dollars. If you can develop a hit, that's basically what all these people are doing with these MMOs. They're gambling. They're like, all right, man, if we hit this fucking Mega Millions, we're going to be loaded, but hitting it's tough. So, yeah, there's my opinion on the whole spiel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Hey, see you got those Tyson chicken tenders. I love those. You like them? I was like, yeah, they're pretty good. I was like, how do you cook them? Do you put them in the oven or fry them? I was like, I just put them in the microwave. And the dude looks at his employee friend and goes, he doesn't say anything, he's just like,